I would like to introduce my latest release of ZCash Trader called the Event Horizon version 3.1. Now, this trader now is probably the best work I've ever done on this, and I wanted to create this video to share the design. Okay, so here, starting from the top, we have a live, which means my local time is 8:18:29 p.m. I want to make sure that I always know what time it is and how fast the clock is moving. So you can see that the 36 here actually stays here for a bit longer and then jumps to 46. So these are 10-second increments, meaning that all the trading logic in the background is happening at 10 minutes. Then we're seeing here in the aquarium is a collection of Kraken, Coinbase, OCX, and Binance sales and buys, where the lobster has a simulation just to show what the lobster looks like, that's all. And a Kraken simulation and a whale simulation. I don't have one for OCX. I'm sorry, I don't have one for Binance. Didn't really think it was necessary. I've seen the barrels, so the Binance trades look like green and red barrels of oil. I thought it was appropriate because it was China that's desperately needing oil right now. And this legend over here explains what each one of these are. Okay, so we have a whale, we have a kraken. Now, right now, there isn't much going on in this particular coin. So I'm going to collapse this, and we can see that the price here currently is 425, and it's changing. I think a couple of seconds, every couple of seconds. The volume is very low, meaning this almost sometimes goes to zero, like nobody's trading for a whole minute. But when somebody does resume trading, this number picks up. So earlier, actually this week alone, at least 4 times I have seen this coin go up $20 and then give up $10. So what I'm looking for is I want to pick up from the bottom, ride it up $20, sell it with the $2 loss because I don't want to, I have to predict the top, right? So in order to predict the top, I have to wait for the top to materialize and then drop down $2. If it drops down $2, it's usually with Zcash a sign that it's going down. And again and again and again, day after day, it's exactly what's happening. Okay, so I've set it up for $2 drop down, and when it drops down $2, it'll take and it sell everything. Okay, so that means I'm now making. So this is over the last 24 hours, $1,448. My win rate is 98%, which is pretty good. I mean, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 50. But out of 107 trades, my win rate is 98%. I'm on the average holding it for 48 minutes, and I made this much money. So the whale window over here, if you watched any of my videos before, it shows 3 whales, but I've increased it to 4 whales because what I've seen is that there are more whales involved in a sell-off than there is in a buyout. So the number of whales for me has to be 4 whales at price of $8,000 per whale, and then I'm going after it and I'm buying. Okay, so when I buy right here, what will happen is the live feed will actually show the $8,000 value. So here I have to fix this $7,000. That's not what this is set to. Okay. And then I can export all the trades for the last 24 hours, which I actually have done before. So you can see, I don't know if you can actually see that, but what it will do, it will show me the performance of that particular token. So again, the spreadsheet is not visible, but the spreadsheet has all the buys and sales of the last 24 hours, and you can run analysis to see where the token was and how long it stayed at a certain price. Okay, so I'm going to close that. because you can see it anyway. And I have to fix this right now. So let me. All right, easy fix. So now we actually have the whale match. So we're looking at 759 over here, 4 whales in a row. That's actually pretty good. And I'm not seeing any buys over here. So let's see, 56. 425, 56. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 whales in a row. So there should be a buy. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we'll get a buy here in a minute. 723. No, that was 5 minutes ago. I mean, there is so much logic in this particular bot right now that 4 whales is not enough. It has to be like 4 whales and an act of God and also RSI in a right range right here in order for it to buy. And so when it buys, it's almost guaranteed it's moving up. Okay, so the one of the flaws that I saw at the time that it would buy something like in this case, like right here, it bought this at 427, 428. This is right after this was flying down from 323. So I saw a couple whales and picked it up and bought like 5 coins. I was like, why did you do that? And right after you bought it, it went down. So that was a stupid buy. At 645 and 551, those two buys were ridiculous. So I basically, at that point, I stopped the bot and I said, you're not allowed to buy anymore. But I made changes ever since to adjust all these things. So now it should be primed and buy at the level. So when it does buy, it does give me a bot log over here that basically shows me kind of what you see up here in the aquarium. You can see lots of red right here, and indeed we got lots of red entries, and it's letting me know, okay, we have 2 out of 6 open and need 4 more whale to buy. So we basically are not buying squat. We're seeing 425 as posturing, and we don't bite on that. Okay. Additional information that's actually awesome is that every time it does make a trade, we created a ticket over here in the Black Hole Surfer portal. So here, actually, when a ticket gets created, it associates this particular product service offering with this particular trade. So we know exactly when it happened, how many tokens were bought, and how much money was paid, and how much money was used to buy it. This also is now shown in the graph view. So if I go over here and I search it by name, and why is this not showing? Oh, it's too long. Okay, there we go. No, that is not it. So let me actually redo the search here. We have ZCash bot premium, and let's erase the other stuff. And now we have this icon right here. And we can move this up so we can see exactly what happened. And then here, associated with this particular coin, is this Zcash trading bot premium. Now, this is before Event Horizon because I just converted it to Event Horizon. So these are all past buys and sales. But you can see the history. So whenever there's a new product associated with a particular workflow, it'll be added right here. So you can always check this out and make sure that you have a good history of what's happening. So actually, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select all and close everything because it just needs to be closed. Okay, so we have assigned. Assignment is good enough. So everything that we see from now will be just new buys. Okay. So again, everything is closed, and if we just do open, so we have these. Let's do select all and close them. Looks like I have a lot of stuff to update over here. So we have 50 at a time. Let's do a select and select it. So there's a lot of stuff. Wow. Closed. Select. Yes. Close. Yes. And now we have nothing. So basically, when a new event comes over here, and it's going to be called the ZCash. Actually, I'm going to do Event Horizon right here. We have an Event Horizon channel, and we have a ZCash trading bot. So this trading bot right here is going to be the one getting the tickets. So we have no tickets, and that's correct because there are no new tickets for this particular trading bot. So we only have these two buys just a couple hours ago, and right now it's just watching the bottom. Okay. So we have way too many whales going across, so nobody's gonna be buying. Although the direction cockpit looks like it's gonna go up. So this may be a good time to buy, but we need to see whales. So when we don't see whales, we're not buying, period. So it looks like we got maybe some whales coming in. 720, no, that's, let's go over here. We got one whale at $45,000. That's pretty significant. 432, that was 3 minutes ago, so we don't really care about that one. I may actually increase the whale window to be 3 minutes because this is pretty short. Trailing stuff. Can we configure the 2 minute window? No. Can only do it through the backend. So anyway, the bot is running right now, and again, I don't know if I need to go over this again, but we have whales going back and forth. We have krakens, we have oil barrels, and we have lobsters moving across this aquarium. Why did I do it like this? Well, I like to watch aquariums, and when I'm watching this, it becomes very clear that something is happening when you see a bunch of green whales and green krakens and green lobsters and stuff. So what it will actually do, it will trigger this money trigger right here, and we're happy. Somebody's happy. Okay, we're making money right here. So what we want to do is just watch this aquarium. Technically, you could put this on your computer screen or on your. If I'm streaming this on YouTube, you could stream this on your YouTube on your big screen if you want. But I need to see some actual support by people. So far, I have like 3 views on this thing. I have created one of the best trading bots I've ever seen. Now, it didn't work for Charles Schwab or any of these other companies. I don't know how they're actually trading it, but as a individual that lives in Austin that just has a house in a backyard and a couple of rooms, to create all this by myself, I think it's pretty good. So we're gonna point out that we currently are having one whale, we have 2 buys and no more buys, so we want to check out the strategy here and then see why there is no more buys. We can also buy this manually. So since this is at 425 right now, and it seems like it's gonna go up, but this is posturing by Zcash. You can see it can turn around very quickly. Now it's sell, so it's 424.88 and going down. What does that mean? That we should probably see, if we look at everything here, we should see a bunch of sales, and exactly that's what we see. We're selling a bunch of sales, boom, 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 boom. Okay, people are selling. Good for them, not good for me. Okay, so I'm only looking for whale buys, okay, and they need to be within 2 minutes. I think I might increase it to 3 minutes, but we'll see. So for now, everything that's happening is $45,000 buy. Somebody got confident. We'll see if he will win, but he bought it at 43.93, so he's already losing money. Okay, so it's a horrible game over here. It's like you win or lose, right? And then you wait like 12 hours, and suddenly everything moves up and down in huge numbers, $20 at a time. Okay, so this configuration right here is hopefully going to help me to make sure that I don't lose any more money, because I only want to make money, not lose money. And here on the bottom, it basically shows me when the logic has triggered. So right now we're bullish at 70, but it's skipping because the RSI is too low. Okay, so we actually have an RSI setting over here, which is RSI maximum 55. Okay, so that's why none of this is actually firing. So 56 is right there on the cusp. If it actually goes over that, it starts counting. So we want to make sure is we have RSI in range, and that's when the buys happen. So right now we're just kind of recovering this early mishap of buying these freaking stocks and immediately losing. That was not cool. Wow, $167,000 whale. I think this is gonna do well. So thank you for watching. See you next time, and please buy my bot. Okay.